Alright. Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube. Now, you're probably looking at this and like, dang, this is looking a bit more professional than anything. Well, it's because of my new setup. Got my tripod right here, my new camera right here, and my ring light plugged up. I'm hoping everything looking good to you because today it's gonna be a interesting video. This is the first time I'm actually using the setup, so bear with me. And I just want to go ahead and just talk about this right here, man. Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword right here for the this got announced for the Nintendo Switch, and I cannot explain how happy I am for that game. And how happy I am also also it's kind of complicated with me also. So let me go ahead and get the positives out the way first. Unlike most people, when you hear Skyward Sword, you mostly hear people complaining about the controls, motion controls. Well, in my honest opinion, I'm gonna give my honest opinion about that. When people complain about motion controls, honestly, gamers have been fiddling away with buttons for far too long. And every time I see motion controls being used in a unique way, which Skyward Sword does, you know, they give motions for every single thing. A lot of people groan at the idea of motion controls for everything. Hey, well, you gotta remember, gamers just press buttons all day. When it comes down to the when motion controls get thrown in, it's new to them. It's hard to understand, it's hard to grasp. But unlike me, it kind of threw me for a loop for the first time. But once I started getting used to it, you know, once I played the game and started getting used to it, I actually found out, oh, so I got to slice different ways in order to get my cuts. And so I counted it really fast. You know, it was starting to get into a later game where I started feeling kind of, okay, how am I going to do this? With this control scheme, you know this is going to be wonky. Things going to get off balance because the motion controls don't stay, how can I say? I can't think of the word right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But motion controls doesn't stay, still. You know, sometimes when you move too much, you knock them off center, and you know, it's just you gotta keep on with that. But Legend of Zelda just gave, like, the Legend of Zelda not Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword gave that precision that even though you're moving too much with the controller, it still stays on center. It still stays coordinated, or you know, God, I cannot get that word out of my mouth, but you know what I'm talking about. So I didn't have to worry. Now with the Joy-Cons and how I play Super Mario Galaxy, the controls didn't stay configured all the time. You know, when you move it, you see your little cursor going off to one area and everything. Then you have to keep pushing the reset button, the reset button, the reset button. I really hate that kind of thing with the Joy-Cons versus the Wii Remote, where wherever that sensor moved, that's where it moved, and I just love that level of tracking. Here, however, you have the Switch. You have the Switch controller, and it's just going to be a mess. I know a lot of people is going to be not going to be using the motion controls, you know, and again, like I said before, gamers don't like motion controls because it's something that is not rarely used, you know, and you just gotta really just, how can I say, get used to them about that, right? But me, however, how I game is, if you got a new control scheme, I'm going to adjust to the control scheme just like that. That's just my gamer nature in me, because this is the way the game want me to play. This is what you introduced me to. I'm willing to do that for you. But when it comes down to Skyward Sword, this is a game that I thought needed the HD treatment, because I thought this game, in my honest opinion, should have been a Wii U launch title. When I heard that this game came out in November of 2011 and the Wii U was coming out next year, I was like, hold up, wait a minute, this game should have been a Wii U launch title. That and Xenoblade Chronicles, because Xenoblade Chronicles launched that year on the Wii instead of the Wii U. I think if this game and Xenoblade Chronicles was on the Wii U, I think the Wii U would have been better in every way possible. They would have had new Zelda, Xenoblade to get used to, and they had new Super Mario Bros. At launch. Better titles, man. But this is one of the games that I was mad that Nintendo just threw under the bus because this is an anniversary title. This was the game that actually told us the origin story of the Master Sword, and that's what I truly love about this game. So to see it come to Switch in an HD glory and 60 FPS, come on, it's big news. However, it's time for me to get negative about this, alright? One of my biggest issues with the Nintendo Switch has been a lot of remasters, deluxe, definitives, completes, and I was like, okay, when do we get to the new stuff? This adds on to the problem. As much as I'm happy to buy Skyward Sword again, I'm not really too thrilled to go back to the game and at the costing price, $60 freaking dollars. You know, it's already bad enough that the Switch doesn't get too much new content as it is from Nintendo's sake. You know, when was the last new game that Nintendo actually released that was published by them and made by them? Paper Mario, the Origami King. Hello? So, with that being said, it really do hurts to say that, hey, you know, this is more old content, you know, and people are still asking for Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. I'm just saying, when does it stop? When do we start to get the new? You know, of course, we just had Mario Golf announced, and we got Splatoon 3 coming out next year and everything like that, but we still get more old stuff first, and that's the biggest problem. You know, I want to be excited for Mario Golf. They gotta show me some more of that. You know, Skyward Sword, of course, I'm gonna buy Skyward Sword again. Versus, versus, you know, paying for some of the other stuff that was showing off. But man, this is another portion of me that says Nintendo just releases too much old stuff at this moment for the Nintendo Switch, and they need that news. They need that new Zelda game now more than anything. You're gonna release anything for the Legend of Zelda that's gonna hold us off for the sequel to Breath of the Wild. Make it like a smaller original title using that engine that was used for Link's Awakening. That would have been great to have another game in that art style and a smaller game for the anniversary. I would appreciate it. And plus we get Skyward Sword. I would appreciate that for the anniversary. And the Joy-Cons, which is another thing that I gotta talk about. The Joy-Cons. Why? Okay. I like the Joy-Cons. I want them. I'm gonna get a set of them. But however, going into what's gonna go on with those Joy-Cons later down the life of use, that's not gonna make me take them out the box at all, because those Joy-Cons look nice, and I want to be able to play with those Joy-Cons. I want to be able to attach them onto my Switch and just go, look at my nice Joy-Cons. But knowing the truth of how Joy-Con drift is and everything like that, man, I'll be honest with you, I'm scared. I'm scared. Like, only reason I'm using these ones, I wasn't even gonna plan to use these ones as much as I love these Joy-Cons right here. As much as I love these ones, I was not gonna plan to use these ones right here as much. But because my cousin had needed a set, I had to give him my old set. And so now I'm stuck using these ones. But I'm so scared of using those ones because those going to be a special edition. Probably not going to be widely available. And Joy-Con drift is going to set in at some case and point in time. Unless Nintendo has secretly improved upon the Joy-Con formula and actually can help mitigate some of that problems. I hope they did, because I really do want Nintendo to sell me some Joy-Cons that actually work for once. I'm even cautious about playing this thing in handheld mode sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like 5 minutes, I'm like, put it down, because I don't want my Joy-Cons to drift. Only time I play with my Joy-Cons is when I'm playing Super Mario Party with my cousin, or if I don't got enough controllers. I have not Super Mario, but Mario Kart going on. But anywho, that's just what I wanted to talk about, man. I just want to talk about the controller, the game, the Joy-Cons. It's Zelda's 35th anniversary, and I'm hoping that we can finally get some more new stuff for Zelda's anniversary coming soon. I hope we get some more new. But yeah, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. Deuces.